Welcome back to Talon 101. This is number 3 in the Okizeme series. And this time, we need to move our attention to the new Hunting Hawk Ender. That's right. Usually, you're not going to be using Hunting Hawk to end combos anymore. Because while the situation is a little bit similar, it did get nerfed. And just to give you a TLDR, for the most part, you're forced to dash DF4 now. Because you can't just Peacekeeper. Because they can sidestep right on Wakeup after it. And if not SSR on Wakeup, I know you just can't FF4 reliably. And even FF3. So, in order to readjust the Hunting Hawk Ender, you end on RFS UF+3 because you're allowed to enter Right Flamingo now. And this... oh, this changes things. Oh, by a lot. So, of course, if you end it on RFS UF+3, everything in the ground techniques basically will not activate anymore. So it's basically the same thing with spiking with running 3. It's just that with running 3, since they could do back quick roll, that's 3 out of the 4. But here, with RFS UF+3, well, they don't even get that luxury. You see? It doesn't even activate. So now, they're forced to be in a position where their feet are facing towards you, and they're face up. That's great. Now let's go through the options one by one. And that's only in Wakeup. And we're gonna start with, of course, FF3. Now it's just like a question of like, oh, what does FF3 lose to? Well, they can wake up pretty fast for that. So it's just like, they press a button. Let's ask if they can press a button. So FF3 is recorded for this one. I'm gonna hold forward. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna hold back. And I'm gonna try to jab right after. Ooh. Even whiffed in that scenario. That's worse. CPU Hwoarang blocked it. And here I am dodging it. That's not good. That's a bad sign. Okay. Let's hold up instead. Stand up. And I'm gonna jab. Okay. So you don't have the frame advantage again to win there. And you can't even do a power crush either. So it's pretty good. It's just that you may need to include a dash. You know, maybe a micro dash of sorts. So that you don't lose to someone holding back afterwards. So that you do FF3. And it's great. Not a bad spot to be in. Now we're going to change this to wake up backwards. Like so. Same combo. Like micro dash, and there you go. This time, that's not winning. Front roll. Prevent their Oki options. And of course, they're gonna get hit over there. Now, my notepad does say you're supposed to lose to side roll. And yes, side roll left will win there. So let's add that slight difference in timing to see if that makes any difference. And I did way too much dashing there. That's what happens when you're too conscious of it. Nope. So, side roll left again. Will pretty much avoid FF3 in this situation. But not side roll, right? So again, it's one specific option the opponent has to do in order to avoid it. And of course, you'll always have like another option to pair it up with, which is the 2 other options we'll get to after we finish this one. Again, 1-2, RFS UF+3 into an FF3, and yeah, you lose to the wake up kicks. Of course, you're trying to throw out a really, really slow move, and your frame advantage only exists if they are waking up to press a button. But if they are straight up doing a wake up kick, at least none of these counter hit anymore. So if you go for this, at least you know your opponent is pressing a button and you can adjust accordingly. It is a frustrating thing back in Tekken 7 where you would pretty much get really, really punished. Or like punished badly. For like going for an Okizeme option. That finishes first set. And of course we're gonna go pair it up with the next one, right? So the next one that you think, the next thing you could do here, well, you still get some flamingo options. You wanna get that flamingo sauce, right? So of course we DF3 cancel, and next thing you know, you're doing any left flamingo option in front of their face, so that's stand up. You're gonna go to wake up backwards now. 1, 2. And of course, they're still blocking that. Moving on the front roll. 1, 2. Block it again. Of course, they are blocking, right? They can't... you can't hit them for the front roll, which is fine. But you are getting your flamingo mix-up for the most part. So, like, okay, fine. Right? They lose, the side roll beats them there, right? But that's because I'm doing 3 forward. What if I did down 4? So they can wake up in time. Indeed, Hwoarang probably is eating up a bit of frames to get that. But again, you're only going negative 12. That's completely fine against both side roll lefts and side roll right. Oops. Again, you gotta do that brand new Hunting Hawk Ender. 1, 2, RFS UF+3. And that one, you'd still have some frame advantage to work with. Now we're gonna go to wake up kicks. This is where FF3 was losing, and this is DF3 forward's job. So that you can get some wins out in this situation. So at that point, you just get a mix-up. Because you'd have to commit to like your power crush here if you want to get it. But if you are canceling it like so, because you didn't know what the opponent was going to do, then yeah. But if you already have the read that they're going to do a wake-up kick, then you can just let DF3-4 rip or double claymore. Going back to the cancel, that's not bad. That's a pretty good situation to have. Now we're going to go to wake-up low kick. 1, 2. This one, yeah, I believe there's no way to avoid that, so you're always going to get hit by that. But again, they're only getting 7 frames of advantage, so I'll give that to the opponent every single time. Like, it just reminds me that I'm not supposed to be using that Oki option right now. Oh, but that's a punish. So, wake up low, you'll lose too, but not the recovery kick. And now we're gonna go to spring kick, which is the last option that you have to worry about if you end the combo with up 4 or forward 3. And that's a punish. Easy. Of course, that again is if you commit to your DF3-4. But if you are canceling it again, just to be safe, this should put you in a pretty good spot. Oh, it does register as a punish. Wait a minute, it registers as a punish, which means the first question you're gonna ask yourself is, can you get a launch? Let's ask. No, you cannot get a launch. You can't be too greedy there. Perhaps you can get a 16 frame move. Nope, 16 frames is too high, so I believe the threshold is around 14. Yep, 14 it is. So you get 3 forward, and that's gonna put you at +8, and that's a great place to be in for Hwoarang at left flamingo. And you can just pretty much lock them in with an LFS2 or an LFS back 4-3. Now, of course, the last option, you're going to be pairing this up, or FF3 and DF3 forward into LFS options, is of course your trusty old down back 4. Down back 4 is everywhere. Why? Because it just hits grounded. It's your safest low in quotation marks. Why wouldn't it be everywhere, right? And of course, this is a down back 4 without a dash. Like, you just straight up do down back 4. Of course, you can add like a micro dash before doing the down back 4. So take your pick. And of course, do double check it in the lab to be sure. But yeah, there you go. If I don't add the dash, I will lose. Let's check if I add a dash. Would I win? No, I would still lose. So wake up backwards will make your down back 4 lose indefinitely. Now we're going to move on the front roll. 1, 2. Yep, you hit the front roll. I didn't get it. I mean, you can just mash it out. Like, your opponent's not gonna whiff punish the second hit. Of course, again, like if they're doing side rolls. But for the most part, you do want to like make sure you're just doing one. But yeah, there you go. There's one side roll right now that is beating down back 4, add a micro dash, and well, that's gone. Now we're going to wake up mid kicks. To see if there are any options that do beat it without the dash. Oh, if heat was active there, see, that changes a lot. So before in Tekken 7, that's simply because down back 4 is one of the most reliable moves you can throw out. But in Tekken 8, that Oki is very dual purpose. It's like a free counter hit. So like if you're fishing specifically for a 10-hit counter hit and you have heat active, you may want to end a combo on a forward 3. Because the opponent could be tempted to like do a wake up kick. And down back 4. Oh, down back 4 is gonna do its job. Of course, that wasn't a counter hit, that was a punish. So I'll take that anytime. This is the last one. This is a spring kick. And yeah, you lose to that. But that's fine. Like, brand new Oki for like your hunting hawk is kind of decent. Wherein you can put your opponent in forced mix-up, safe low, or get like left flamingo. So like it's kind of like budget in that sense, because like when you ended the combo on running 3, you're pretty much only locked the options for the most part. I say locked because like those are more or less like the best options you do. So like again, that's like FF3 or down 3-4, or if like FF3 and down back 4. But here, RFS of forward 3 allows you to do the stuff that you were doing from Flashing Trident of forward 3+4. In a sense, not fully the same in terms of like the options it does beat and lose to, but you kind of can do some of the stuff you were doing from up 4 3+4. So yeah, that was the lesson for this video and the last video sample for Okizeme in open space. The next videos will be at the wall Okizemes. Again, feel free to subscribe for that. Again, I've been Frontier, and thank you for watching.